Hi, and welcome to my session. Let's talk about Power BI Copilot. So, before we start, let me share my screen. Hopefully, everyone's here to watch and enjoy the session. So, yeah, say hi if you're there. And now, let me share my screen. So, first, we need to use Copilot in Fabric. We need an F64 capacity, a P1, or an A4, or higher. So that's the important thing. So let me start my capacity here. Otherwise, I can't use Copilot. So during its start, let's take a look into overview of Copilot in Fabric. What kind of Copilots do we have here in Fabric? First, we have the Copilot for data science and data engineering. So with this, you can use notebooks with Copilot together. I prepared some questions, some code, and let's take a look there. Then we have Copilot for Data Factory. We will discover a bit the data flowgen 2. And last, we have Power BI and Copilot, and there we will see how Copilot will auto-create a report with AI. So then let's check if the capacity started. Yes, we have the capacity here. And first, I have my demo Fabric workspace here. I have a small data set with 170 million rows. So it's not a small data set here. So just to test how good also the F64 capacity works. And most of you maybe know the data set here. It's a demo data set, the Taxi New York City data set from Microsoft. Yeah. Okay, let's start with the first one for the scientists. So let's open a notebook. First, we need to open a new notebook. I have some prepared, but I will do a live demo. Hopefully it works. Fingers crossed. So first we have here on top the Copilot icon. We can click on it and then we have to start it. So then we get here this little script. This one we can delete, and this one need to be run. So first, run the script. Needs 1 to 2 minutes, but there's no problem. We get a little description there with some what you can do with chat. You can get code suggestions and so on. So I will show you in a minute. During this, let's go to the next one, and I will open here the new data flow gen 2. This is the data, the Copilot for Azure Data Factory, and because we have F64 capacity, we have bit power here, so let's do it. First, let's import an file. So I will upload here a sample file from the DIAD, Dashboard in a Day. It's a dimension file. Takes a moment. You can see here the progress, and then we can click on Next, and then it will load into Power Query. Let's see if the notebook is ready. Well, it's running. And let's see what we have here. In this, in the Power Query part here, we will use the product table. We get here a little preview of our data. You see here we have some things to do, and all the things we have here I will do today with Copilot. So let's create this table. Let's check if our notebook is ready, and now let's start with the notebook. So now if you go here through, you can see some main commands. For example, you can code something, so you can ask a question and Copilot will translate it for you. You can add description or comments, you can fix errors, and you can also translate from Spark, for example, in SQL. Okay, so let's go down. I have some samples prepared. First, we have to load the data. Means we have to go on the left side, click on our table we want to load, and click to load it in Spark. Now you see here I have a limit. I don't want a limit. I want all the data. So let's delete the limit and run and go. If you have questions, you can put them in the chat. I'm also not so familiar with the notebooks, but I try my best. So yeah, you see it takes also a bit time here, but it's working. For a live demo, I guess we are good now. So 6 minutes and nothing crashed so far. That's good. Okay, so to remember, we have 170 million rows here. So let's see how long it takes. We have 36 seconds for 170 million rows. That's, I guess, is good. So then we can go down and add some code here. And now comes the fun part. So we have here the percentage, which means I put in text, and Copilot will translate it into a code. And you see here, I want to have the average tip amount by tip distance, and I want to display it. So let's run it. If you work with notebooks, maybe you're a bit familiar with this. It takes time. So a bit. Okay, now you get here my code, and you see here we have the snippet with show, but we want it with display because we want to display it so we can change afterwards the view a bit. And now you can click on CTRL and enter and run the code. By the way, thanks Kevin, I've learned it from him today, so it's really cool. So you don't need to click on the little play button here, so you can simply click CTRL and enter. Okay, so let's see what we have. And now you can use this output and create a chart, for example, if you want. Then you can, on the right side here, you can change the view. For example, you can change it into a line chart. Then you can use here the average tip amount, and then we can click on apply. And you see we have here now a nice little graph. And next, what we want to do is we want to add some comments in our cell in the script before. So let's go here down. Where is my code? There it is. And then I can put in here, add comments to the previous cell. Click on play or CTRL and enter. Depends on what you prefer. And now you see here my result. And you see I have before here my cell, and now I have here my comments in my cells. Very nice. And the next step, let's, for example, just for fun, translate our Spark or our PySpark Python into SQL with the translate function. And you see it's ready. So very cool, very fast, very simple. And you can also use the Copilot bar on the side. So you can also click here, for example, generate insights from your data. Then you can simply put in here your table you want to analyze, and then you can go and you get some code examples, and the code examples you can add to the middle, and then you can run them as well if you want. Next one. So this was Copilot for notebooks. Then the next one we have now the Copilot for Azure Data Factory, and in this case here now in Power Query. This is really cool. I tried it today, of course, for testing purpose. And now I can put in here, for example, split product with this delimiter and rename the second column into segment. Very simple, very easy. Let's see if it works. And as you can see, it takes a bit time again. I would play forward, but it's live, so. But normally it only takes 30 seconds, but this can vary long in a live stream. Okay, let's see what we have here. Now we have product and we have our segment. Really cool. Okay, then let's split the price. So split price and currency, and the price should be a decimal number. Okay, let's see if this also works. I guess so. My thoughts are, if you're familiar with those splitting techniques and other features here, I guess you're faster if you do it by yourself. But if it comes to, okay, I guess now you had a little, maybe my prompt wasn't really good, so I can, every time something changed, I can go back like in the normal Power Query, you know. I have here my applied steps, and then I can go back and can describe it again. But I guess we have enough from Power Query or Dataflow Gen 2, and let's skip to the interesting part. So now we come to the Power BI part. Let's first pick a data set. First, we pick the data set for, let's see, what do we have? Human resource, for example. I have a demo set, and then we can create a blank report. So now you see we have no images, nothing's here. And you find your Copilot on top, like in the other sections. And now I can create, for example, create a page that shows my, what do we have? My hires and terminations. And that's it. And now let's see what Copilot can do in Power BI. So I have to say I like it because of the inspiration you can get here, but it's not as good as if you create the report by yourself. So some ideas are good, some not. But let's take a look here into it. So let's close all these bars, and now let's see what we have. We have here the hired employees, we have terminated, we have the current employees, and we have the employee change. Also, we have here career recruitment source and hired employees. I guess this is a nice overview. So you can see directly which recruitment source is the best. Then we have the average of salary by department. I guess this is also good suggestion. Current employee by year makes sense, but I like my hires and terminations in one chart. And let's see the next one. We have here our hired employee and terminated employees here, on the timeline, which I like. It's really cool. So if we make it a bit bigger, you can see here in the year 2015 we have 23 terminations and we have 36 hires. That's really cool. We have here a hired employee by state, which is also very helpful. And we have current employee by sex. I have to say, I like this overview. It's not perfect, so I would maybe suggest that we can add some numbers here, for example, hired employees versus last year or last month. So the number has a purpose and a meaning. The same for terminated employees and current employees, so that you have an indicator. I like performance numbers, so you can indicate something. Okay, maybe also a pie chart is not the best choice, but for two segments, it's perfect. So it's a good start here, I would say. So if we go, for example, now to my report, which I created. So I will name this HR demo and the day from today and save it. And let's see what my HR report looks like. And we have here, let's scroll down a bit. And there we have HR human resource. You see here, yeah, my report is a bit more advanced, which when it comes to navigation. So you see here the indicators. So the current employee is the same thing as we have in the Copilot report, which is cool. I have here also my recruitment sources, and I have here the different areas. So if I click on current employee status, I get the same overview as Copilot delivered. So I have here also my hired and terminated and my current employees. I can also filter here after year, for example. And yeah, so I guess the overview from Copilot directly, so let's go back to the overview from Copilot, is not bad. So it's cool. But now let's change, for example, the pie chart. So change the pie chart into a bar chart. For example, we have only one pie chart, right? So should be easy, but sorry, it's not possible. So we have to click by ourselves here, and then we have, if we want to change it by ourselves. It's a bit sad, but it's okay. Okay, so let's make a wrap up. So we have see the Copilot for our notebooks, which is really cool. So I like the idea to create code with your natural language. So you type in a question and you get the code. This is really cool. And also that you can add, for example, descriptions here in the text, and you can also fix errors. So if the error is easy to solve, then you can also use the percentage fix errors. It's also cool. Then we have the Power Query part, which is maybe a bit slow if you know what you can do here. So if I go here first, I would click directly split column by delimiter, and I'm not sure if I'm typing slower, but yeah. For starters, I guess this is a cool idea to put in here the text and describe what you want to do. If you're not familiar with this tool, then it's cool. And of course, the Power BI Copilot, which are very interesting suggestions here, and it works. So there are good insights. And yeah, I guess that's it. So we have today a bit longer, but hopefully you enjoyed the session and maybe you learned something new. And yeah, maybe we see us next week or in 2 weeks, in 2 weeks on Monday. And yeah, that's it. And I wish you a nice, a pleasant week. Bye bye.